I sat at the head of the elegant table in Giovanni's private dining room, forcing a smile as the candlelight danced across the crisp white linen. My husband of 8 years, Ethan, stood tall in his tailored navy suit, raising his champagne flute high. The soft glow caught the edges of the crystal, scattering tiny rainbows like fragile illusions. "To Claire," he said, his eyes locking onto mine with that practiced charm. "Turning 35 suits you perfectly." The intimate group, our closest family and a couple of friends, murmured their approvals, glasses clinking like distant warnings. My fingers traced the delicate gold locket at my neck. A final gift from my father before cancer claimed him 6 years ago. Across from me, my younger sister, Sophia, radiated in her emerald green dress, her auburn curls tumbling over one shoulder. Our mother, Evelyn, hadn't stopped doting on her all night, fussing with her earrings, squeezing her hand, sharing hushed giggles. Some patterns were etched in stone. Ethan continued his toast, his voice smooth as silk. When I first met Claire, I knew she was special, that sharp intellect, that unshakable poise. But then Sophia rose abruptly, her chair scraping harshly against the polished oak floor. "Before we go on," she announced, her eyes gleaming with something sharp, "I have news." Evelyn's face lit up like she'd been waiting for this cue, her anticipation cutting through me like a scalpel. I knew then, in that frozen instant, that this wasn't spontaneous. Sophia placed a manicured hand on her flat belly, her emerald ring flashing under the lights. "I'm expecting," she said, pausing for effect, her gaze drilling into mine. "And Ethan is the father." The room plunged into silence. Forks hovered. A wine glass toppled, crimson liquid blooming across the tablecloth like an accusation. I didn't flinch, didn't gasp. My breath stayed even as my mind raced, cataloging every micro-expression, Evelyn's poorly hidden smirk, Ethan's pallor draining to ash, my best friend and lawyer, Mia, slipping her hand under the table to grip mine. "Claire," Ethan stuttered. "This is ridiculous." I have no idea what she's talking about, but his eyes darted to the door, mapping an exit. I'd seen that look before in the mirror. During my own late-night planning, everyone waited for my breakdown, the sobs, the hysteria, the fragile wife crumbling under the weight of betrayal. Instead, I reached calmly for my clutch. Confusion rippled across Sophia's smug face. Ethan shifted uneasily. Evelyn's grin wavered. "Before we address these claims," I said, my tone as steady as a heartbeat, pulling out 2 crisp envelopes. "There's information you need." I laid them on the table, aligned perfectly with the edge. The soft jazz from the restaurant speakers faded into nothing as I slit open the first with deliberate care. "Ethan has azoospermia," I declared, sliding the report toward him. "He's medically unable to father children." Sophia's color vanished so fast I half expected her to faint, her green dress pooling dramatically on the floor. "What nonsense is this?" Ethan snatched the paper, scanning the clinical jargon. "Results from 2 independent fertility centers," I added, pushing the second envelope his way. "One from 8 weeks ago, the other from 4. He gaped at me, confusion morphing into dawning horror. "She's fabricating this," Sophia hissed, her pitch climbing. I turned to her, allowing a faint, icy smile. "Feel free to verify with the clinics. Numbers are on the headers." "Claire," Evelyn cut in, her hand at her throat like a bad actress. "This must be a mix-up." "The only mix-up," I replied, standing smoothly. "Was thinking I'd stay blind." Ethan lunged for my arm. "Sweetheart, please." I evaded him effortlessly. "I arranged the tests legally, with consent implied through your habits." Those late nights at the office left you passed out from whiskey easy enough. Have you ever felt the world snap into focus? Betrayal so crystalline it's almost poetic? I gathered my coat with quiet dignity while they sat stunned in their unraveling plot. The locket felt warmer. As if Dad whispered approval. "Where are you headed?" Ethan finally croaked. I paused at the threshold, not glancing back. To end this marriage. The door shut with a quiet finality. Flashback to 7 weeks before that dinner. In our spacious Austin loft. I perched on the edge of our California king. Laptop humming as I crunched data for my firm's latest tech merger analysis. Rain pattered against the floor-to-ceiling windows, carrying the earthy scent of a Texas storm. Ethan should have been home hours ago. My phone lay silent. No apologies. No excuses. I stretched, joints cracking like thunderclaps, and patted to shut the window. Lightning illuminated the courtyard below. Our old magnolia tree whipping in the wind, a planting Dad had helped with when we bought this place. Downstairs. The door creaked open, keys jingling onto the console. I didn't call down. Ethan's steps wandered to the fridge, probably chasing hydration after whatever bar crawl. He climbed the stairs with exaggerated caution. The drunk's attempt at stealth. Entering the bedroom, his shirt untucked. "I ask you." He reeked faintly of a floral perfume that wasn't mine, subtle, but damning if you were attuned. "You're awake," he said. Too evenly. "Quarterly forecasts for the Silicon Valley deal," I replied, saving my work. It ran long. He nodded, avoiding eye contact. "Sorry. Client dinner dragged." I didn't call out the fib. I'd texted his assistant at 6. No such meeting. He vanished into the end suite. Water running. Alone. I crossed to his discarded blazer. His phone buzzed in the pocket. The screen lit. "We gotta be careful." Seize onto something. Air whooshed from my lungs, not agony, but confirmation. Like the last tumbler in a lock. I returned to my spot, composing my face as he emerged. "Towel wrapped. Bed soon," he mumbled, slipping under the sheets. "Just finishing," I said neutrally. Minutes later, his snores filled the room. I waited until the digital clock hit 1:15, then dialed Mia. "Claire? Everything okay?" her sleepy voice asked. "I need a favor," I whispered. Discreet. "Of course. What's up?" "Ethan's having an affair." The statement landed flat. Factual. Pause. Proof. Not yet. But soon. I slipped into the walk-in. Door ajar. "Confront him," Mia urged. "No," I snapped softly. "I need ironclad evidence." "They want the dramatic scene." Mia unhinged without facts. "They? Whoever's in this with him." "I'll find out." Next morning, I dressed in a power suit and left a note about an early briefing. Instead, I borrowed Mia's unassuming Toyota and staked out Sophia's condo in Westlake. 2 hours in, she emerged in yoga gear, auburn hair bouncing, sliding into a red convertible. I tailed her discreetly to the Austin Reproductive Center. Puzzle pieces aligned, not shock. Just cold clarity. That night, with Ethan working late, I logged into our joint finances. Password unchanged, Claire Ethan 2017. Transactions popped, $4,000 here. $7,000 there. Over 4 months. Summing to $35,000. I screenshotted each, stashing in an encrypted drive. 3 days later, Mia and I parked outside the upscale Barton Creek Resort. Ethan's BMW sat in valet. "Sure about this?" Mia asked. "Ignorance is a luxury I can't afford anymore." Less than 40 minutes. Sophia strode in, glancing around furtively before vanishing into the lobby. I snapped time-stamped photos. "Claire." "I'm sorry," Mia said. I stared ahead. They're the ones who'll be sorry. They have no clue. A week on. In a quiet diner off I-35. I met Tyler Grant, Sophia's ex from her college days. Now a software engineer with cautious eyes and salt and pepper hair. Claire Thompson? Or should I say, married name. He slid into the booth. Wary. Still Claire. Thanks for meeting. Your email was cryptic. Why reach out after years? I sipped coffee. We share a betrayal. His jaw tightened. I opened a folder. Clinic bills on his insurance. Where'd you get these? Public records tie-in. Sophia used your coverage for fertility treatments. He paled. We split months ago. She said she was on the pill. She's pregnant, I said softly. Claims Ethan's the dad. He laughed bitterly. But he can't be. Right? You tested him. Exactly. She needed a donor. You fit. He showed me his phone, pics of their reunions, texts plotting meets. Thought it was real this time, he muttered. She said she regretted dumping me. A crack formed in my facade, years of being labeled the ice queen by them. Too logical. Too detached. They make us feel defective, I whispered. Tyler's eyes softened. They shatter mirrors to hide their own flaws. I slid over a paternity form. He signed without pause. Truth matters. Results came sealed. Tyler Grant. 99.9% match. Mia spread files on her table, embezzlement trails. A condo flip for Evelyn funded by the siphon cash. Paternity proof. Eth's firm's auditing now, she said. You sure about exposure? They planned my public ruin. Fair's fair. That night, I practiced in the mirror. Underestimate me at your peril. Voice strengthening. I slipped off my wedding band. Boxing it away. Circles break for a reason. I booked the Lakeside Club's boardroom, where Ethan proposed. Manager recalled, Mrs. Hayes. Occasion. Family reckoning. At home. I assembled dossiers. Timing revelations for devastation. Mia called, legal set. Public still. They chose spectacle. Sleep came deep. Resolved. Dawn broke gray. Bed empty, Ethan's office couch, excuse. I donned a slate-sheath dress. Dad's locket my armor. I see you, I murmured to my reflection. Briefcase packed, records. Statements. DNA. Drive smooth. Phrases rehearsed. Clinic awaits your call. Club lot sparse. Manager nodded. Security discreet. Room pristine. Projector ready. Folders labeled. Ethan. Sophia. Evelyn. Text confirmed arrivals. Sophia first. Hand on belly. Evelyn beaming. Ethan trailing. I opened the door. Seats. Please. Ethan tried. Private talk. Here suffices. Sophia teared up. Didn't mean hurt. Evelyn. Family sticks. Silence stretched. Lights dimmed. Slide 1. Ethan's infertility. Confirmed azoospermia. Slide 2. Tyler's paternity. Sophia surged. Fakes. Verify yourself. Ethan blustered. Next, financials. $278,000 diverted to offshore. Matching Evelyn's new condo. Audio played. Ethan's voice. Claire's clueless. By showtime. Bump visible. Sophia's giggle. Poor sis. Evelyn paled. Sophia lunged for exit. I blocked. Insurance fraud too, Tyler's policy. Emails. Plotting my birthday ambush. Evelyn spat. Bad wife. Bad mother, I countered. House seized. Hurricane I. Tyler's suing custody. Firm notified. DA has it all. Sophia crumbled. Real sobs. Ethan begged. Private fix. You lit the fuse. Intercom. Ready. Cops entered with company security. Ethan Hayes. Come with us. Evelyn raged. Regret this. Only regret. Chasing your approval. Sophia wailed. Sister. I exited. You're doing. Heels echoed freedom. 3 months later. In my sunlit Dallas apartment, I shelved the last analytics tome, no color coding mandates. Doorbell, Mia with Thai takeout. An envelope slipped, Dad's script. For Claire. Tears finally flowed. I see your strength. Your calm is power. Love. Dad. Mia hugged. News. Eth's indicted. Deeper fraud. Evelyn's evicted. Sophia lost custody. Wine toasted. Freedom. Balcony sunset. They expected shatter. I watched them crumble. Tomorrow rebuilds. But tonight, armor lightens.